You know those games that you just never got around to play? I'm diving back into these previous titles to see if they hold up and if I really did miss out on playing something amazing. Welcome to I Never Played, now time to play Brotato. So yes, Brotato, actually a pretty recent title coming out in June 2023, but truth be told, it wasn't Bloodborne that made me want to start this series, it was actually this game. Brotato was something I brushed over, thinking that it was just a silly little game about a potato with guns, but it turns out it's a really bloody good roguelite, and if you don't want to take my word for it, its reviews on Steam, recent reviews are very positive, and all reviews for the game are overwhelmingly positive, with over 82,000 user reviews. And of course, I knew the reputation of this game was good, but yeah, once you start playing it, it really gets its hooks into you. Now, the reason why I started playing this game was I was waiting for Baldur's Gate to do a massive install. And I just needed something to play in the meantime. So I thought, yeah, let's try this out. I've only heard good things about it, but you know, never got around to it and just brushed it off, like I said. And then it was 6 hours later. So my Baldur's Gate definitely finished its install, but I ended up just continuing to play Brotato instead. But yeah, like I said, Brotato, it's a roguelite where you play as Brotato and you wield up to 6 weapons, sometimes more, sometimes less, and you choose a variety of melee and range weapons and unique traits when you level up your character, and all you have to do is survive these waves of aliens. So you start by picking a character. All of these have unique traits, so some positive and some have negative traits as well, really to affect how you build this character throughout each game. Now with these characters, you only have a handful when you start, but once you start playing through the game, you unlock more with your unique traits. For an example, one of them, you can only run into the aliens to deal damage, which makes you have to build the character tanky. Unlocking characters with unique traits like this after playing a certain amount of time, then it opens up a new avenue of how to play the game and a unique way to build differently this time to benefit the traits of this character compared to the last character you played as, which brings in the element of replayability, seeing that you're really just running around this square stage with nothing in it and you're just killing aliens. But I'll take you through what a normal game normally looks like. So I start off by picking the multitasker, which has the benefit of being able to wield 12 weapons, and I'm like, yep, that sounds like me for sure. So you start the game with pretty much a gun and give some blicky. So by killing the aliens, you get XP, and then by picking up the green currency, the gold essentially from the ground, then you can use that to buy weapons. Now with each wave, you're not here to kill a certain amount of enemies, you're here to survive the time limit. So you can actually just run around, and if you don't have enough damage, you're not killing as many aliens, so you won't level up as quickly. But if you focus a lot into your damage output, then you'll be able to kill a lot of aliens, which means you'll be able to level up quicker. Also, get more money. So you really want to amp up your damage as much as you can. When you do level up, then you get a trait, so increasing a certain part of your character. And you can see all these stats on the right hand side, the primary stats, secondary stats, and you can get a very in-depth look what you want to be maxing and taking the negatives, because some weapons and traits also come with a negative trait, which is pretty cool. It makes you think, oh, can I get this extra buff? Will this negative really impact me with this build? And with the weapons, it's got that match type of gameplay, so you want to get 2 of the same weapon to increase it to the next tier, and then so on, so on. So there's a lot of options here just throughout each of the games, and making decisions on which weapon to keep, which one to replace, and so on. And then you end up at a point like this where you're just shooting everything. So when the waves progress, new enemies will pop in as well, which shoot at you, and that adds the bullet hell sort of element to the game as well. Instead of just avoiding melee enemies, you're trying to avoid these big red bullets as well. So a lot can happen on screen at the same time. Now there are these health pickups as well, I forgot to mention, so you want to aim for them or keep them on the ground really until you're in trouble, and then go and pick them up. So as you can see, pretty simple gameplay wise, all you have to do is move your character around and it will automatically shoot at the nearest targets. So you're really just trying to path your way through the aliens as best as you can. Now, being on a little square as well, they really just pop in with a little X on the ground saying that a new alien is going to spawn here. So that gives you the few seconds that you have of reacting and figuring out which way I should be heading. Then you'll hit wave 20, which is the final round of the stage, and that's when a boss will come into the arena and they'll have unique attacks. So like this one, a rotating line of bullets that you have to dodge, as well as spurting out more bullets at the same time, as well as dealing with all the other normal enemies. Once you beat the boss, you are rewarded with being able to go up to the next difficulty, as well as rewarded with new characters and new weapons that you can use in your next run. Playing on the next difficulty will feature elite hordes of enemies and new enemy types that will come into the game. So Brotato was able to get me addicted very quickly. It really is a game that you can just pick up and get a few hours in of just really crazy action-packed killing of aliens. I'm actually keen to jump back in and see how far I can go with the difficulties and see what other unlocks of characters and weapons and other jazz I unlock, because there's still a fair bit for me that I haven't seen yet, so I'm still probably missing out on the really, really good stuff. But if this is enough to convince you, Brotato is available on Xbox Game Pass. That's where I picked it up myself, as well as on Steam right now. You can pick it up for less than $5 AU. That's probably like $2 US. That offer ends on the 5th of December. And also just on the Epic Games Store, they're giving this game away for free. That's why I thought this was the perfect time to make this video about Brotato, because yeah, Brotato was the first one to inspire me to start making this series on games that I just missed out on playing. Also, how can I go this far into the video without mentioning the banging soundtrack songs that are playing while you're doing all of this? I'm actually sorry I forgot to mention that. You can listen to these bangers hours on end without getting sick of them. They're that fucking good. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Brotato. I do recommend checking this one out if you just have some time to spare. But for now, I can say I've played Brotato. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now, if you did enjoy this video, please give us a like to let me know if it is good of quality. And if it isn't, please give me some feedback in the comment section down below on how to improve this series, as I do want to continue it. Now, I wanted to test this one being off the cuff commentary compared to the Bloodborne one where that was more scripted. So let me know as well. If you did notice that, please let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.